welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. I am just starting a new dungeon now, and am quite looking forward to smashing some things that are not ghosts. I'm really sick of all the spirits and ghosts. So, okay. Evidently it's become quite dusty in my house while I was absent. Let's continue on our way through. Alright, I also have a new character. I have Kana with me, who is a chanter. And now this character doesn't have a ton of chants available already, so I'm not totally sure how chanting, like how to use it most effectively.
Orders, Lieutenant. Ready your squad.
But I'm certainly looking forward to trying to find out. It looks like a series of linked passives that sort of like roll through, and then once they accumulate, I can cast some spells.
There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team and a dozen barrels of pitch. The instructions come from Admet Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't. It'll make this even shorter than the broken stone war, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts.
Wow, it's the nuclear bomb approach.
I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us. But understand, we're doing this to end this war, not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
Okay, I get it.
We'll take those farmers, but almost time. Di and Heather scouted the village last night. They're rounding up the rest of the party now.
Don't worry, everyone remembers the raid was your idea. Their owl had to go along with it after they got the rest of the clan riled up. No one else said they wanted the Nine close too cowardly. Alright, so the elf was clever drawing this for yeah. So the community, they agreed they were going to do a preemptive strike.
The tribes need more leaders like you. Women who value deeds over words.
Yeah. Too soft when the foreigners first came, and now they humiliate us. We'll be soft no more, and the invaders will learn to leave us alone once and for all. Yes, so you say.
Flame and sound.
Will they invade onslaught?
Yeah, wreck those spiders.
I think it may be time to strike a...
Well, I saw that coming.
How may I help?
I need to rest. I'm running out of spells.
Prince! He's not moving. Eh?
Okay. Alright. Spiders are down. I'm gonna rest here. Because none of my guys have spells right now.
Newcomer to the Deerwood as well. What do you make of it so far?
Seems to be trouble brewing. That seems to be constant in these parts. If it isn't trouble with the Glenfathans, it's trouble among the Deerwoodens themselves. I find it strange that people surrounded by enemies should tear at each other so. They're a rather refreshing bunch otherwise, I think. I whiled away an hour or two talking to the regulars in one tavern or another, and everyone from the merchant to the servant has an opinion to share.
Sure.
Okay. Ooh, gloves. Magical gloves. Here, you can wear these magic gloves, my friend.
Will be made on Ansa
Oh,
Wu.
there's Zorip in this dungeon too. Okay, alright. Oh, a key. Excellent. Well, I'll just leave their pointless gear there.
Will be made on Ansa Wu.
Oh boy, that's not a small amount of spiders. Let's see how many I can get here.
Not to alarm you,
Following your lead.
but I'm slowly dying of poison. Leave it to me!
Let's burn this away. Just like an adherent to go down fast.
After us!
Okay,
No problem.
so many spider legs. And a pointless sword. Alright. Let's go see what this is about. Yeah, so it's a force field, just like it looks like. This thing that looks like a force field, that's a force field.
Yeah.
Will be made on Ansa Wu.
Okay, hang on everybody. Here come not quite spiders.
Yes? Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison. Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of
Following your lead.
Let's try a different spell. Let's try...
poison.
That's it.
Got it.
Alright, well that seems to have
Will
worked.
be made on Ansa Wu.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So beetle shells.
Got it.
It's new. Corpse. Moonstone. So what? The guy was digging under his house and he discovered something scary? I'm not really sure. He uncovered some evil magic. Uncovered several spiders.
Ansa Wu. Poison.
Yeah, okay. Great. Dungeon stuff.
Will be
Okay.
made
Wow,
on
look at
Ansa
that. That's impressive. Alright, so this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna need to fall back and cast some spells. Hopefully to keep these things from hitting me too hard right off the bat. And I might get a chance to do some buffing before they get here, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I don't often have that opportunity.
Let's go!
Yeah, we're good, guys. Alright, so now just the boss spider.
What?
Get my healing going. Okay.
Been poisoned.
Kind of stuck over
Fight,
here.
fight the spider.
How may I help?
Eh?
Use your spells on it.
Not too long. I'm slowly
Yeah,
dying
that was impressive looking.
Eh?
of poison. Not to alarm you, but I'm
Following your lead.
slowly dying of poison.
Got
Just a moment too late, you silly, silly, silly skeletons.
it.
Okay.
Eh?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far, I think. Like, it's not offering me really anything new, in terms of, I guess, like, this style of game. Like, it's very much just feels like Baldur's Gate. It feels like the game that could have come out instead of Dragon Age. That's cool.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea,
Oh, I can just walk on
which
these.
is not very quiet.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's like as if Baldur's Gate had just been made now. Like if they made Baldur's Gate 3, this would be it. And I feel like I wonder why, honestly, like all of the games that are coming out that are designed by Wizards or for the purposes of being Dungeons and Dragons games, why there hasn't just been one of these. Like why there's no licensed like Baldur's Gate 3. Like how hard would that be to make, honestly? I mean, it must be a licensing thing, but there's also the case that like I don't know. I think that they should really go ahead and do that. Now, I've seen a little bit of Sword Coast, which is Wizards' new game that's coming out. But I still feel like there's room for both types of games in the general kind of ecosystem.
Yeah.
Of course. Lose my tanks. I don't know. I'm curious to see what that game is like because I feel like other games have missed the.
Yeah.
Yes.
They really sort of missed the point of what people want out of a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Eh?
But at the same time, it's really difficult to make a game that is
Let's go.
competing directly with another product that you make that is
Eh?
like functionally better in every conceivable way than the game you're making, than the computer game, right? Like, so they end up in these positions where, like with Sword Coast, the idea is, okay, we're gonna make a game that's exactly like Dungeons and Dragons in some way, by allowing you to have a GM and all this stuff, and you know, it's always a big promise and a very lackluster delivery, and so what I'm thinking is that. I don't know, I feel like Wizards should... It's a bit like 4th edition and the board games. I feel like Wizards should just make a game that uses the D&D brands, but isn't
How may I help?
isn't completely tied to the D&D mechanics.
What?
Or can modify them in such a way that it feels less like they're kind of wasting their time, you know? Again, which isn't to say that I feel like Neverwinter was a waste of time or that Sword Coast is going to be a waste of time, but I also just feel like they're competing against themselves, which is never a good thing.
Eh?
And so you end up with products like this one that try to capture the sort of essence of what Dungeons & Dragons is, without actually being able to use any of the brand's really strong stuff. Like honestly, playing through this, I'm enjoying it, but if I could skip all of the like learning the lore I'm not really interested in, and go straight to
Yeah.
engaging the game using IP I'm really familiar with already,
Yeah.
I think that would be more fun. I'd rather if this was a Forgotten Realms game, to be totally honest. Now, it's not that I think that new IP can't do well.
Yes.
It's just that I think that when you're so clearly trying to emulate not only a
How
game,
may I help?
but like, you know, not even just a genre, but like a specific game. Like this is just making an off-brand version of Baldur's Gate 3. It feels like no matter how good it's gonna be, no matter how well you make the game, it's still gonna feel like, I don't know, it's gonna feel like that off-brand. It's gonna feel like the President's Choice version of the game that you really want to make. And I know that's kind of like a, I don't know, it's dismissive, but it just feels like you can do better, right? Like why do it both ways? Why make a game that feels like Baldur's Gate, but everyone knows that it isn't? And why everyone feels like they feel like they have to keep recreating Baldur's Gate over and over, rather than just have someone make a really good Dungeons & Dragons game, and everybody else can make their fantasy worlds using something that doesn't feel like this, right? Like I'm not getting anything new out of this game. I like it because I like Baldur's Gate, but you know it feels very nostalgia dependent for me, and I wonder sometimes like why. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, okay, what would this game be like for people who have never played Baldur's Gate? Is it really fun? I can't have that experience. So it's not about, I mean, obviously this is all from my point of view. Everything is in my opinion. I don't claim to have a objective view of these things, but I do really feel like that's an issue. Like nostalgia factor is a problem in game development. And like if you have an IP you think is really strong, don't necessarily tie it to a mechanic that people associate so strongly with something else, you know? Because I don't think that your audience, like, the target audience for this game is so obviously the Baldur's Gate fan, but they're doing a disservice to the people who haven't played it before necessarily, in my mind anyway. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I do really like the, I like some of the stuff. Like I think Infinity Engine does a few things really well, and I think that there is some, you know, legitimate reason to continue using a version of this engine. But I also feel like,
Hey. Hi?
I don't know, I just feel like people could do better. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, and we've talked about this before, right? Like if you've been in my channel before, like during Fallout and stuff, there's this thing where people start to associate game types with particular games, and they start to think about like all isometric RPGs are like they're Baldur's Gate clones. It's how genres are born. But I don't know that this genre has expanded out. I don't know that this, you know, we don't have a lot of isometric RPGs that I've played besides Fallout, I guess, which is maybe why I like Fallout so much, that do different things with a similar engine. And so the engine gets conflated with the material. And again, we've talked about this on my channel before. It's the whole McLuhanism, where like the medium is the message, and I think that in this case, it's like the genre takes the place of the medium, where you either you either divorce yourself from the medium of the game, from the genre, by making something new and different. Don't attack him, you jerks. Or you play a game that's like this,
Yeah.
and you accept that people are always going to wonder, like, oh, you know, is this game like Baldur's Gate again? Yeah. So, yeah. I think I need to go back in there and take a look around. But I don't know. I mean, obviously this game should exist. All games should exist. I feel like there's no reason to tell people, yeah, don't make games. Like, as far as creating new stuff goes, and
You must gather your party before venturing
yeah, I
forth.
totally missed him in the dungeon. But you know, I do feel a lot like this particular subset of games might be played out. Like, it might be time to put the Infinity Engine to bed for a little while. I think that we can do different stuff with RPGs that isn't this. And it's easy to come across like flippant about that. What? No, I want to go to the dungeon. Really? Yeah. It's out only? Okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, it's... I guess the thing is like, do we want brand new games? Or do we want... There's room for both. There's room for brand new games, and there's room for games that do the same thing that we've seen before, but differently. Or yeah, not better, but they refine the process. And this is obviously one of those. This is a refinement of an existing... Oops, there goes the library. Of an existing type of game, right? And yeah, we can create more games like it. We can create more Baldur's Gates and stuff, but we also need at that point to accept that they're not contributing to the same kind of expansion as a brand new game might. I think we can get new things. But you know, this goes back to, and that's a great there's a great point here, I think, to be made about Kickstarter, and about allowing people to choose what games should be developed. I think maybe that's the advantage that we have now over what we did in you know, the 90s. In that we're able to sort of pre-decide these things before games get made. Yeah, so I don't know.
Let's go.
Maybe it's a thing I'm taking too seriously, but I think that people have a hard time determining what the... Oh, there he is. Okay. Let this play.
No. Keep away from us. Leave us.
I don't want to leave us.
Maybe we should come back later.
Maybe you should stop being such a wimp, Merwald. All at once he stops shaking, a sudden calmness falling over him. His head tilts forward slightly. He looks you dead in the eye. Like a cornered animal about to pounce. His voice turns suddenly raspy.
Wald isn't here, and he isn't fooled. He has sent for no callers. Be gone, deceiving spirit.
Danny's not here, Mrs. Torrance.
Mayor Wald will speak with you, but you will maintain your distance, or you'll have me to answer to.
Come to speak to Mayor Wald? Mayor Wald, whose touch is poison? Mayor Wald, who knows not his effect?
I was told I'm a watcher. You could tell me more about it. And about a tablet of some worth after that, once you two are finished, of course.
A window. Window to the ether, where spirits dwell. Hear and reach into it. Speak and listen through it. A watcher sees souls, reads them, knows their pasts, souls of the living, souls of the dead.
Ooh, souls of the dead.
And the souls see them back. Used it to help beings in both realms, did I? What the gods wanted of me, thought I. The gods put me in the world for vengeance, and I obliged.
Alright, so this guy's lost his
It
mind.
was the gods' wishes that we protect those lands. My way was the only way to remove the foreigners.
Little I knew. No. No! Forgive me! Forgive me!
You seem to have lost your mind.
Lost? No. Found more of it. Too much. Too much to bear. An awakening.
How could a simple awakening have driven you to this?
Something.
Okay, so he remembers all of his past lives. That's interesting.
Memories before birth. Other bodies. Other times. Memory. Personality. Identity. Any might resurface. Or all ghosts of the mind. Mayorwald has lost control. Mayorwald's body no more. Spirits and
not spirits.
Always whispering to Mayorwald, reminding him of his mistakes. No sleep.
He's like,
Watchers see memories before them.
the preborn from Dune.
Essence of their own souls. Troubled memories. Angry memories. Pulling Mayorwald back, reminding him his mistakes. Marauder and soldier. Soldier and marauder. How could they know?
Poor woman, poor woman.
They will take you too.
Told you watchers not to be trusted, but it's to be expected when one makes a habit of seeing what's not meant for mortal eyes, if not madness. Looks as though our journey together may be a short one.
So fragile, the Watcher's mind. So real, his memories. Once awakened, how can he sleep? You were reminded of it. Strong memories. Mayorwald sat at his hearth and watched his fire. What my fault? All my fault.
Okay, so he's getting shit from previous lives.
War there was all.
Fought back to back. The Broken Stronghold and the War of Black Trees. Yeah, this is the thing that we've been led up to so far, where they're talking about the elves fighting the humans.
Death we brought to the settler men. We, the 9 claws. Claws of 9. Worse what we did to the women.
So these are all his memories.
Hold her down. Head her. Give this Hattie a bitch an air that belongs in air.
His soul is marked by flame. Those marks will never heal. His trial has broken him, but better than to live in weakness.
The boy. The boy. The baby boy. The boy. Conceived in the raid. Conceived by force. Vessel for Marauder. Slain in the raid. Marauder and the boy. Marauder for the soul.
Marauder's soul, same
Marauder's
soul.
Same soul.
Okay.
One soul.
Sure.
Boy's soul. Marauder's soul. Raised in lies and vengeance.
You'll get no pity from me. The crimes of the 9 Claws clan in the last war are still unavenged. But the gods are just. They have...
Hey, the Usher's crooked ban.
Soldier and marauder.
Okay.
Lies and vengeance. And dead villages. Oh, how little we know. No. Always there. always.
I didn't just remember. Someone caused this. Oh, this so.
See keys of lead, books of burden, queens that were.
Oh my god.
Known to me are they, the legend.
Alright, alright. Lead and key, we share an enemy. Diana, assassins and watcher walkers, weakers both. Certainly keep busy.
Secrets.
This guy's really tedious.
And deceptions and schemes. Who knows their answers? Not they. Not they. Crossed them before. Hatred of watchers, hatred and fear.
Much we see. Threat to secrets.
Woodica, goddess, crown shattered and body burned. Binder of oaths and grudge holder. Bearer of justice. But who? City of defiance. Never far. Many secrets do they keep. Unawakened, sleep well. Sleep well.
Hold! I know your will die. Your actions were seen. You would sooner betray us to the Adir land thieves than take orders from me. Your betrayal is for nothing. Your warnings are lost on these foreigners, and their blood will be Gallowayne's tribute this night. I have asked the elders for the honor of claiming your head as my first.
Okay. So, fun that they make me fight immediately after all that dialogue. That's nice. Let's try to throw some spells down here.
Hey.
My cleric has 1 hit point.
Following your lead.
I'm gonna put this in slow mode.
Hey.
Yep, fight this thing.
How may I help?
Throw some more spells. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Worthy.
Hi?
No, don't do that.
On your word.
Okay.
Huh?
What?
Heal.
Yeah.
I don't understand why this is blocking me in. That's irritating.
Let's have it out!
Well, if I lose, I can at least camp before we have this fight. Alright, let's get some fucking skeletons in here.
Roll up 10.
Oh, everybody attack this guy. Let's do it.
On your word. For Takoa!
Wish I could have done something.
Huh?
You're not getting through me.
No, I gotta load anyway. I want that guy to be alive. God, that conversation was so long. So irritating. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go through this door again. At least I can blow through that talk this time. Okay. Yeah, it's just annoying that it opens the door right away.
No.
Maybe we...
Oh, here we go. Okay, everybody get ready.
Is it?
Mayor Walt, to win
The god.
It was
little I
So you've lost your mind. Remember your past
some
lives.
memory. Ghosts be trouble.
Thankfully, most of this was just grinding through the conversation.
Memories. They so fragile. The what my death.
You'll get no pity.
Soldier and marauder, lies. How little we know. No keys. Many city of Woodica. Secrets. Sleep well.
Okay,
Sleep.
there we go.
I know your will die. Your actions were seen. Your betrayal.
Okay, let's try this again. Alright, so I gotta move my... I wish I could move my character back. I'm gonna try and just fall back into the hall completely. Let's do that. Everybody run. That'll give me a little bit more room to fight. Okay, and keep my tough guys up front. Okay, so... Come on. Why are they just exploding? Oh, okay, Mirwald killed the blade.
On your word.
Nope. Alright, so he's gotta get up there. This should help. You two move up a little bit. Ah, fucking fire attack. That's insane. Wow. That is a lot of damage. This guy's tricky.
Hey,
Yes?
More skeletons? Come on, put this guy down.
After him!
This isn't going as I hoped.
Yeah, well, me neither, man. Does this hit my friends too? Enemies in the effect. Okay. Alright, and let's try to knock him on his ass. There we go.
Sacre!
Come on. Deal him damage.
huh?
Knock him down again. Let's go. Come on. Near death. There we go. Okay. Well, that was nice. Now he is out. And I didn't lose anybody for reals. And the fight should be over, one hopes. We have our...
No problem.
Did we forget to kill something, or...?
Hey. All right then.
I'm not sure what I'm waiting for here. Okay, kinda cut that shit out.
Eh?
Are you why the fight is still going?
Huh?
Leave it to me!
They're cutting us down!
Huh?
We're Down one.
Okay. Skeletons are dead. Can we leave the area to end the fight?
You cannot venture forth while in combat.
Nope. Notice this character can't move either. Looks like we are bugged. That's really annoying.
Hey. Parathis!
Wow, there we go. You can feel his soul lingering there, uncertain. Something unique about the soul in this place, a bond formed in decade of inhabitants and lordship that feels somehow palpable to you, as though even in death, the keep knows its former master, and the former master remembers his keep. In your mind's eye, the bond seems to you as a frayed rope, ghostly and alive. When you concentrate, you have the ability to manipulate its strands. Sever the rope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a new grimoire. Oh yeah. Give me that fireball. Shell fog. Spirit shield. Thrust of tattered veil. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any third level spells yet, but when I do, fireball.
A simple test.
Yeah, give me these treasures. I deserve them. He
Following
wants
your
to
lead.
talk. Alright, kinda. Let's.
Sure.
She's still bugged. That's so funny.
How may I help?
Okay, let's try to leave here. And back down. Yes, Fireball is one of the holy trinity of spells. Fireball, Lightning Bolt, and Haste. It's the only reason that you want level 3 spells. They're all so good. They make Melf's Acid Arrow look terrible, which it kind of is.
A simple test. That's settled.
Alright, we've completed this task. Let's get out of here.
No sense listening to that old bam part. Damned for all.
Oh, I should stop and talk to,
Following your lead, poor Mayor Wald. He couldn't contend with all that he knew of himself. A cruel fate.
I don't think knowledge was the problem. He said if I can find out what caused this, it might help me. That is true. There's no such thing in my experience as too much knowledge. Come, we'll find your answers. And mine, I hope. Alright.
I felt Mayor Wald's passing. You slew him. It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Mayor Wald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
Yeah, girl. I always wanted my own keep, even if it's a little bit cursed. Then it is yours, my lady. I cannot tell you how glad that is, how good it is to know that you keep in capable hands again. Suppose I should mention first, me to travel to Defiance Bay, there's been a complication. The Eastern Barbican collapsed. The mirror will never go around to be building. The road here is a dead end. Make arrangements to have it repaired, if it is your will. Yeah. Mayor Walt set aside they're available to you. Further repairs. You need coin for supplies and labor. Alright, so this is just gonna... you have a keep now, you can raise prestige, draw... It's like you hit 9th level in AD&D. Mayor Walt's curse was his own, but his predecessors have not fared better. There's a presence far beneath the keep. Every effort to settle here has failed. His master does not tolerate rivals. Well, obviously I'll have to go down there and kill him. The endless path. That, my friend, is where I must go too. Where we must go, if you'll go with me. Whatever devils lie beneath. Okay, yeah, let's... The endless paths. There's a labyrinth and dungeon, and find the master below and kick the living crap out of him. Yeah, repair the Barbican. Here we go. This was the screen that I was doing all that clicking to get to. So we'll take a look at the stronghold upgrade and dig around a little bit in this one in the last hour of the stream. But for right now, I'm just going to take the traditional hourly 3-minute break, run some commercials for all y'all, and we will be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for tuning in.